The beer was a little enthusiastic.
I can see that. It's the Schaum.
Yes.
It's the Schaum.
Apparently, I have that effect.
Yeah, you have the Schaum.
Yes.
Hey there, welcome to Motorcycles and Misfits.
Gonna get a dick punch.
Coming to you from the reset garage in sunny Santa Cruz, California. Usually sunny Santa Cruz, California. Yes, we
Sloppy
are
Santa Cruz.
still in the middle of stormageddon, I guess.
Yeah, tonight, baby.
We're just getting warmed up.
They're calling it an atmospheric river, which to me means they're not getting very creative.
I've had quite a few people, friends and family, checking in who think that Santa Cruz has fallen into the ocean.
Right.
Well, Capitola has.
Speaking,
Yeah, it has. The wharf is gone.
But
Or
and
gapping
you
it.
know, maybe some have fallen. And so let's get to who is here, so you know who has survived so far. Hey everyone, this is Liza, and I had a good day because I got to show everyone pictures of the bikes I bought, which we'll get to.
oh yeah.
Joining me, not running the board because I am in control tonight. But
You're
bringing his witty personality, it's Stumpy John.
Witty, yes. My sloppy,
Actually,
wet, witty personality.
One of the hill people has joined us.
It's
He made it out barely. John, how did you even? You dodged trees,
The
and went
helicopter.
through mud. Oh, that's
Yeah,
right. You
the
called it
He
the
made
copter.
it.
I strapped myself to that little drone.
There's last week. It was all the Flatlanders came for the podcast. All you hill people
It's
were
been a week.
stuck in the hills. Another Flatlander joining us is the lovely Miss Emma.
Well, that is not entirely true. I live on the Monterey Bay, and we got pounded as well.
But you do not live in the mountains.
no,
You're a
I mean
Flatlander.
we're coastal.
You're
Coastal.
a Flatlander. Trust
Yes.
me. Yes, but coastal. And you are technically a hill person.
Hillbilly.
Oh, I from the Highlands of Scotland.
Oh,
Scott McLeod.
Hi, hello.
But you live in the hills of El Sobrante?
Yeah. Well, I've got a bit of a hill action going on. I can look across and I can see Mount Tamalpais from my yard.
You have a risk of sliding down the mountain.
Just a slight. It's not much. I do have a sump pump and it is very
There
active.
it
Let's
is.
put it that way.
okay, very good.
There it is. And also another Flatlander who we've given I've given a new nickname, Craig the Giant.
Ho, ho, ho.
Good day. all.
Who the giant?
Craig the Giant.
Greg the ho-ho giant.
Oh, yes. Very good. Okay.
Yeah, team. Happy to be here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I buy your frozen veggies all the time. Thank you.
Somewhere a marketing person is just dancing with glee.
I
That
gotta
we
talk
still
to you.
know.
I got to talk to you about them beans you sold me the other day.
Still working through those.
You
beans.
weren't supposed to eat them.
Those bleeds.
Oh.
You were supposed to plan.
That's why
There were suppositories.
That's what that stalk out my booty hole is.
And yet to be determined, because I really don't know if he is a Flatlander or a hill person. It's Bagel.
Well, I'm kind of right in between.
Oh.
There's
You're a
the
foothiller.
flatlands to the east and the hills to the west.
You are a foothiller.
I'm a foothiller. Yep.
Yeah, so just real quick, we've had a bunch of storms, and I know there's no sympathy for us when we
It
have
has been a
not
little crazy,
perfect
though.
weather. But John, you were blocked in by multiple trees down and landslides
3
and
days.
stuff like that.
Highway 9, if you know Highway 9, was in 3 spots was shut down completely. So
Yeah.
we were cut off from everything.
So the hill people get the worst of the storms.
Cannibalism.
Yeah.
Raise it
Don't ask where
up.
Melissa's at right now.
Yeah, well, no, we broached that subject. We actually broached that very subject last week, and I said you were going to be
I'll
duplicating
just say
moments from the Donna party.
I do love Mexican food. I'll just say that.
Donner party of 50.
She makes extremely good tacos.
She makes great carne asada.
Yes.
And there's been a lot of publicity about the Santa Cruz Pier falling
Right.
in the water,
It's
which
Capitola,
we want
right?
to be clear.
Yeah.
It is the Capitola. It's two towns down from
But-
here, and it's just a little walking path out to an old shipwreck. It was
Well,
not.
there was a restaurant on the end, though.
That one?
That
Yeah.
was SoCal.
Yeah.
No,
So
no.
the actual Capitola Wharf was the one that went into the ocean, and the cement ship
Right.
sunk even further. So they
Yeah,
both
yeah.
got worse.
So
But Santa Cruz didn't.
Santa
We're
Cruz
okay.
didn't. But so there was a unique phenomenon that went on. We've got this atmospheric river. So the rainfall has been very, very high. In addition, unprecedented high winds. And in addition, there was a king tide,
Right.
which meant tides were 6 feet above normal. So coastal areas like, I think Capitola got it really bad. Carmel got evacuated as well. And believe me, for Carmel to get evacuated, it needs to be bad.
Yeah. But we did have a scare. Craig, do you live near here downtown?
Downtown, yes.
Were you awoken Thursday late night by the alien invasion?
I might have missed that. Do tell.
I was asleep and I awoke to what the only reasonable explanation to me was this is an alien invasion. It was what sounded like a jet engine over my house, moving slowly. And I first when you wake up out of sleep, you're like, is there a plane crashing into my neighborhood? Like that's what you imagine. And then I just heard it kind of hovering over. I'm like, what is that? And then it went away slowly. And then a few minutes later, it came back over. And this what's a turbine jet engine? Like shaking the house, right? So apparently there was a report, possibly, of somebody in the river in the middle of the storm at 1 a.m. Thursday night. There was a report that somebody heard somebody yelling for help from the river. And so the big, giant Coast Guard helicopter came in the storm and was flying low with their spotlights.
It was flying in the storm.
In the storm, low over the river, and then doing a big circle. So going over downtown, my house, and then coming down the river, searching the river, and then circling back. So for an hour, this big helicopter was circling, and I was on Facebook, and there were people commenting like, well, my children can't go to sleep. Our windows are rattling. And it was, to me, the closest thing to this is what an alien invasion will sound like.
Those are gnarly helicopters, big engines.
It sounds like they were just shopping for an abduction, and they decided that just you weren't worth it.
Yeah. And not to say that my sleep is worth more than the person who may or may not have lost their life. But it was crazy. Yeah, it was crazy. So that was the worst I've had to deal with storm-wise. So we are all fine is the thing. Everyone here is weathering the storm except for John, who's still on.
Hey, the power just came back on. I got a text.
Hey, power finally came
Hey,
on.
I do want to shout out to, there's an army of PG&E guys and tree people and people clearing the roads. And I look at those men and women and I'm just wow. So thank you all.
Hey, my best client, Brad. Brad is up in Tahoe, and he is the dude who's up at 2 a.m. running the snow plows.
Those people make their money, boy. They're worth every penny.
And when he makes overtime, he spends his overtime money with me. It's
there
awesome.
you go.
Did you say tree people, or were there 4 people, or maybe 5? No, there's just 3.
That's it. 3 lonely people.
So as I mentioned, I bought 2 bikes this week.
And I've seen them.
Both of them online. So that's a bad sign.
Wow.
The first one, full disclosure, is only a model.
Nevertheless, it's quite special.
But you guys know, especially in this room, I was showing
It's special.
Emma the 2 new models that arrived this week, and I have more coming. Bagel.
Oh, Bagel.
I have things coming you're going to be excited about.
Oh, really?
Look at.
Yeah.
Hang on, Bagel. I want you to have a look at this. I'm reaching behind me. Woo!
Well,
Very nice.
It is a PX
just lift the seat. Lift the seat up.
125
The seat lifts up.
Yes.
in a very nice pearl lime metallic. And so the seat lifts and it
Yeah,
has
the
detailed
stuff.
fuel tank.
Wow.
Very nice.
And it's got very nice clear turn signal lenses with orange underneath, like the real thing. Nice clear red rear, folding rear rack, suspension. I think this has
It's
got
nice.
more parts than the real thing.
Who makes that one?
I got it from AliExpress.
China. It's made by China.
Wow. Send me the link to that.
But I have more. I have like an Ape coming, a couple Apes, I think. Anyway, wow. If you want to buy any models, AliExpress is great for that. But this next model I bought actually came by way of a listener who said, "Did you know about this?" So apparently, this is a limited edition release.
Oh, that's cool.
Of the James Bond Triumph Scrambler 1200.
Oh, nice.
That actually comes in its own like box.
Wow.
You know? Yeah.
So how are you going to display that? Are you going to display it
I don't know,
out of the box or within the box?
Good looking model and a bike.
Oh, the Scrambler 1200s are brilliant looking.
It was unfortunately really expensive. About $100 for a little toy, but
on AliExpress for $100.
This is not AliExpress.
Oh, okay.
No,
it would have been $1.380 on AliExpress.
No, this is a limited edition. Triumph release. Anyway, so I have that coming. But the other one is not much bigger than that.
But you can ride it.
But I can ride it. And God dang, I want to say, I think this was one of those Facebook ads. They got me. They got me again. But in my defense,
yes,
I've been waiting for Honda to release the DAX in America. You guys familiar with the DAX?
Yes.
So we've got the line of 125s. It started with the Grom, the Monkey, the Cub.
Yes.
And then they announced that they're going to do
the Hunter Cub.
Which looks like a, let's see, Bagel can't see that.
It looks like an ST70.
It's basically, it's a copy of the CT70.
Yes.
But with a 125. And it's a straight up copy, except it says Amigo, not Honda.
It's a manual transmission, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it has a clutch.
Is it plated?
This is the California plated version. Comes with title and everything. And it was $1,849 shipped to my house, which I ordered it on like Tuesday, and on Thursday I got a notification from the freight company scheduling my delivery next week.
Nice.
So it was shipped right away. So I'm like, wow, this is not like something I got to wait 3 weeks, to find out it's coming from China on a boat that'll be here in 2 months. So just motobuys.com. But they have
it's a knockoff DAX.
It's a knockoff DAX, but Bagel, I want you to go to motobuys.com.
Okay.
And I want to show you something that I'm just dying for. You can go to, let me know when you're there, and you can go to scooters. And they also sell, have you guys seen the mini Jeeps? It's like a mini army Jeep.
Yes.
There's a dude with a YouTube channel who got it plated and drove it across Utah to Moab. Yeah, in this mini Jeep.
What are they using for engines?
It's got a Polestar lawnmower engine in it. So if you go to scooters and then the 101 to 200 cc.
Oh, I was looking at 200 plus.
Okay, well, they have.
Here, let's see.
The Mad Dog.
Yeah, that's right.
Ruckus.
What?
150.
Pre-stretched. Ruckus.
Everyone, either put this in the show notes or something, or tell people now how to look this up, because this is just ludicrous.
Right?
I like the blue.
Right.
Oh, but wait.
Okay, you remember how much we laughed when we saw the Benelli Dong? Okay, this is another one that's worthy of a good laugh. You've got to look this one up.
Right. There's not just the Mad Dog Ruckus. There is the Mad Dog Ruckus style, which has the Gen 4 larger rear tire, which is not California legal, mind you.
Right.
But you can get that for $2,099.
But in the California ones, it's only the 50cc that are California legal. But
I could get that in Oregon.
Yes. Dude, it looks cool, doesn't it?
Oh, my God.
Bagel, get one, please, so I don't have to.
No.
Craig, you like this style?
I love it. I think the stretch ruckus needs to be outside of the garage. Either Bagel has ridden it down from Oregon, or someone shipped it to us, or we need it. We
need
your class of your training.
Guys, it gets even better. It gets even better. You can get that stretched ruckus
Triked out.
Trike.
Yeah.
I guarantee somebody at the track, because people bring to the track like ludicrous pit bikes to ride back and forth, across the paddock.
Yeah.
I guarantee somebody will buy one of those just to ride it around the paddock, and everyone go, "What the fuck?" That's awesome.
Yeah. So if you want to buy something stupid, motobuys.com.
Is there just an endless list of stupid things to buy there?
Yeah, I mean, I'm scrolling through this.
It's some cool stuff. Interesting dirt bikes, though. Street legal dirt bikes.
But they also, it's the stuff you can get on Amazon, like the Hawk dirt bike. I mean, I'm not saying these are good quality bikes. Part of the reason I'm getting it is I want to check it out and see. And that's something we'll do a review. And I want Emma to really go through it. And
it'll be
talk
interesting
about the
to see, because we always talk about how China has been climbing closer to the Japanese and getting closer and closer day by day. So we'll see how.
I think the important thing is if you buy a bike like this, you understand that you're getting it for a very, very cheap price.
But it's got an e-start, a kickstart, a center stand, a little luggage rack, it's got all the things. So I was watching some YouTube videos on people who've been trying these out, and there was a guy who had one and he just couldn't get it to run well at all. Like it would idle, but then it would bog down really easy, and he just was struggling. He was going through the entire fuel system, and then he figured out what it was. And when they assembled it, and the carburetor attaches to the engine, to the cylinder, there's a oval gasket in there. They had put it upside down, so because it's not a perfect oval, it's a tall on one side,
blocking the hole.
It was upside down, so it actually had a gap in the bottom, just allowing air to go directly into the cylinder. So it was just that gasket was assembled upside down. And once he took the carburetor off, flipped it over, it ran fine.
I have memories of the very, very first job I had at Monterey Peninsula Power Sports years and years ago, and I suspect it was a trial by fire, if you can fix this bike, you can have the job.
Yeah.
And it was a Triumph Explorer, brand new, 1200 Explorer, that it wouldn't run. And it crank, and it's like, why wouldn't this run? And to cut a long story short, everything was working, but the injection rail that actually sits on the back of the cylinder head on that was made out of plastic. And there was just this tiny piece of extra flashing that was blocking the fuel line. And it was a case of you take it off and just run a little drill through the flashing. And then the bike started right up. But it was one of those weird things. So it can happen to anyone.
Well, it can, but it just tells me that's the kind of assembly line they have.
Well,
So it's like, this will be interesting. However,
I guess you got to assume that you're going to have to go through them as soon as you get it.
Oh, yeah.
Well, knowing what you're getting into with having expectations near your feet, then.
Well, and it's half the price of a DAX.
Yeah.
It's half the price.
Well, there is no DAX. So,
not here in the States, yeah.
Yeah. So
anyway.
Yeah.
We'll talk about it more and hopefully do a little unboxing video and kind of review. And I want Emma to kind of go through it with comb.
It's as good a time as any to remind people that Honda, small capacity Honda bikes, including the Cub and the Monkey, and the Grom, are not made in Japan. They are made in China and Thailand, depending on the model. So theoretically, you're not too far behind the curve. But, we'll see. What I'm expecting...
You think it's the same cast?
No. What I'm expecting is by the time we're done with it, it'll be a functionable bike that actually runs quite well, but the finish is quite poor. That's kind of what I'm expecting. Yeah, and when I say poor finish, I mean, nuts and bolts and stuff like that. I expect all the nuts and bolts to go rusty quite quickly.
Yeah.
Like on the Harley Davidson, the Indian-built Harleys, that kind of thing.
So that's what I bought. Just, if you got the bug where you want a new bike, go to motobuys.com. Don't spend too much money. It's that easy.
Don't spend your money. Yeah, they've got a 250 for like $2,500.
I know. Well, and they've got it's not a Grom clone. It's a what's the one that you have, Craig? Navi.
No,
They got like a Navi clone.
You've got a Navi.
You have a Navi?
We've got 2 of them
Yeah.
for the schools.
Because, I mean, those things are big.
101 cc's.
No, I'm not. I mean, physically, they are quite big, and
No,
it's
they're not tiny. They're not tiny, but they're not big.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's bigger than a Grom.
No,
I thought it was
wheels
kind of,
are smaller than a Grom.
I know,
they?
but it's kind of a weird
It's
thing.
blocky. It's got
It's
that
very
little cubby stash place
Yeah.
where
Well,
you put in like
basically,
tacos.
It's a scooter that's pretending to be a bike.
Right.
So
it looks
things
like
are
a
in
motor.
odd
It's not a
places.
step through. Yeah. What we found out is both of them, people were leaving the chokes on and destroying the spark plugs because they were thinking it's a scooter. They weren't acting like it was any other Honda motorcycle. So they were leaving the chokes on, not turning them off. So we just finally got them both running this week back again. And they're brand new. There's like 200 miles on them. So now they're running much better, and hopefully we can keep them that way. We sent a memo to the whole team about what they need to do now, all the instructors. So
How to save money on spark plugs.
Maybe you need to be buying some bikes from this company.
Moto buys, yeah, maybe I was gonna say the Stretch Ruckus trike is at the top of my list.
I know, right? They have so many bad things in there, but it's just so cool. Anyway.
Yeah. Well, if this one actually runs at least that you get, and you're the test waters, I mean, it's not out of the question.
Well, here they're getting points for how quick it shipped. They're getting points for I could choose it unassembled in the crate, and I'm not paying any extra fees.
Yep.
You buy the Navi. How much did they list that as? Like an $1,800 bike, and then you add on tax and assemble and shipping and and it's a $3,000 bike.
Yes.
This is exactly the price quoted is what I am paying for it to be delivered to my house.
They should get 2 points
and for
that.
$200 you can have a warranty.
And I also paid, I think, $10 to have the paperwork. I mean, it's all included in that. Yeah.
That's wild. It's like a la carte.
Yeah.
You can just click a.
So, are you buying it assembled or in the crate?
No, in the crate.
You're buying it in the crate.
Yeah. Yeah. So there you go. We'll see how it goes.
So assemblage is going to be putting the wheels on.
Handlebars.
Yeah, usual stuff like that.
Yeah.
A couple of turn signals, I would have thought.
I have no idea if it'll have a good battery. We'll see.
Yeah.
It won't.
Yeah, I know. But you know what? Yeah. Hey, but I'm not paying all of those extra charges.
Right.
Bagel, admit, did you see anything on there that you liked?
Well, that one seemed like the most interesting one to me, to be honest.
Yeah.
There was a lot of things in the scooter department that kind of looked like buddies to me.
Yeah, a little bit. They kind of look more like the Kimco like, I think.
Yeah.
Some of them. Yeah.
Perhaps we should rename them the Kimco dislike.
Yeah, or maybe it's the Buddy Kick actually.
Yeah.
That they're modeled after. But yeah, I mean they're just kind of a lot of generic things.
Yeah, thingies.
And with a lot of 3-wheel versions, which is very strange.
Yeah, so we'll see. I wanted to talk about, since this is, let's see, I mean, this is the new year. We've got so many things planned that we're doing this year. Yeah, I know. So many things in the works.
It's awesome.
This is going to be a huge year for us, the Misfits, but also including more people. And I think a lot of it, too, is coming from the success of Emma and Kat, your Italian tour last year, from our weekend of our 500th episode, and all the people who came out and how much fun we had.
Right.
So that's kind of, we're realizing like there's a lot of cool, fun people that want to do stuff, and we want to do it with them. So I have a list of our calendar.
I've got an addition for that list too, by the way.
Okay. So I'm going to go down this list of all the things we're doing and that we're hoping people will come to. Coming up next month is the AIM Expo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Craig's coming. Kat, I'm hoping you're coming.
Yep. If I can get a ticket,
Oliver's
I'm
going to be there. So the only catch is it's not open to the public. You can pay, I think, as a dealer to get in, but it's no longer open to the public. It's more of a
trade only.
But that's half the reason why we're going, so that our listening public can hear, this is what was there, this is what you missed, this is what you should see, as opposed to the other journalists who will just copy and paste out of press releases.
Those guys?
That reminds me, actually, before we
I know, because I've written some of those press releases.
Before we get into this list, Kat, if you would help me, I would like to give a mention to somebody who was not a personal friend, but somebody who I've been trying to get on our show for a long time, especially because he lived here in Santa Cruz for a long time, who passed away this week.
Oh, Ken Block.
Yeah.
No.
No?
Andrew Wheeler.
Oh, yeah.
And Kat, you knew him. A lot of people we know knew him.
A lot of people knew him.
So Andrew was a photographer for MotoGP and a lot of stuff. And he's somebody who lived here in Santa Cruz. And I've been talking with him, friends on social media, for years, trying to get him on the show. We can never coordinate. And then even last year when we were at the races at Laguna Seca, I was going one way on a cart and he was going the other way on a motorcycle. I'm like, Andrew! I'm going to get you. I'm going to get you.
I think he was riding a scooter and he had about 20 cameras all over it. I remember
big fat lenses is probably what he was hauling around.
And
he was top of the line.
Unfortunately, he suddenly passed away this week, which has been a big loss for the motorcycle community. And there's so many friends of ours and people in the community who were good friends of him. So, just a shout out to Andrew Wheeler and everything he did and all the friends that he had who are feeling that loss. So I just wanted to give that a mention. Was there anything you wanted to add?
Oh, it's the other thing out of being a great photographer. The other thing he was famous for in the paddock was his cooking. He was notorious for, instead of staying in a hotel, he would rent houses in different places all over the world during the MotoGP, and journalists would want to come stay with whatever house he had because he would cook these phenomenal dishes. He was an amazing cook. I actually was getting tips from him, about my waffles. I bought a waffle iron. I'm like, Andrew, what do I do with it? He was like my go-to guy for cooking tips.
Nice. Well, thank you. So I just wanted to give a mention.
Yeah. Well, and Ken Block too. To Emma's point.
Well, I mean, Ken did some crossover stuff, and I mean, yes, Ken was known for the hoonigan stuff with his cars, but again, it's a loss. Any figure like that is a loss to the industry in general.
Yeah. So back to our calendar. So AIM Expo, but that also means that the Misfits are going to be loose in Vegas.
Loose as a caboose.
Oh, yes.
How many full-size lobsters do you think you will be destroying this year, Liza?
I love me
at the Wynn.
I fucking
I will go from like restaurant to restaurant, checking the menu. I'm looking for one thing on there.
Wagyu beef,
seafood tower.
Oh, I thought you
if I find a place that has a seafood tower, I am all in.
There's a hotel carpet that's going to end up wearing that seafood tower.
So Craig and I are talking about being in Mesquite right before the AIM Expo. So like from the 11th to the 14th. So if anybody knows that area,
I'm going to go ride Valley of the Fire. And some BLM desert riding. The sand looks incredible out there.
So anybody wants to come and join us, and especially if you know the area, so we can have it.
So the AIM Expo is February 16th to the 18th. So just prior to the 16th.
Yeah.
And Emma, you're flying with me, I assume?
I am.
You need to get a ticket.
No, I'm going to get the ticket. I will be requiring you to hold my hand for the entire flight.
Can I bring an extra?
Yes.
Mannequin hand?
Do the flight out of San Francisco. Do not do the flight out of Monterey.
No, I'm not going to do that again.
No, I'm flying out of San Jose.
All right, San Jose. Yeah.
Yes.
A full-size plane, please.
Yeah, proper-size plane.
Right,
not
is
there Monterey to Vegas direct?
Of gum that they tried to stick her on.
But it's only like twice a day, and it's at times it didn't work for me, I think.
No.
But yes. Then in March, John.
Yeah.
March 24th through 26th.
Yep. Misfits Rally. Tentatively, I just need to get final confirmation. But I'm 95% sure it's going to happen. We're going to be camping in Hollister OHV Park.
Hollister Hills, SVRA. Yeah, so the plan is the place we talk about all the time, the dirt biking park. But they have excellent camping that's really affordable. What's it like? $7 a night or something.
Something like that.
It's really cheap.
So what we're going to do is we'll have access to the park during the day. For anybody can just ride all over there, and then we're also going to do day rides out of there to different areas around the area. So Gloria Road, out around Pinnacles, out through
Corbin Factory.
Oh yeah, Corbin Factory for sure. Around Hollister, and then perhaps out to the the old OHV the Clear Lake area. Clear Creek area. Yeah.
I might be able to add to that, John.
Oh really?
Because I've got the flatbed, the big flatbed.
Yes.
Yeah.
If I borrow some disco equipment, we could do dance off, pants off on the flatbed,
and maybe burlesque.
Yeah, do some burlesque on the flatbed.
Yes.
We've already done parking lot burlesque, but now truck bed burlesque.
Oh yes.
Okay, you got to stick a pole on that thing.
Oh my gosh.
Because it's a big flatbed.
It is.
Yeah.
Oh,
we could do burlesque flatbed.
So this ride is going to be suitable for bikes. This is going to be for dual sports enduros or adventure bikes.
Correct.
There's going to be riding some of the trails, some of the easy trails at Hollister, but still for a adventure bike, it's quite technical. For a mid-size bike, like we do it on the KLRs, it's not. Yeah. It's quite simple. And then we're going to head out onto the highways, and like Highway 99, you can do 120 miles.
So you're giving me an excuse to buy those frame guards that I should have been getting all along. I need to buy them now because I have to go to this ride.
You go to AliExpress.
You need to have like dual sport or adventure tires. Those are the bikes that this is perfect for. Can you show up on a Versus? Sure. You just may not want to go do the trails with us. Can you show up on a unplated dirt bike? Sure. You're just not going to go out and do the road sections with us.
Yeah, and it's still red sticker, so any bike should do.
Can you show up on a road bike and just camp?
Yes.
With us and party with us at the campsite?
Yes.
Yes.
And there's
be prepared.
Oh, there's a ton of road riding to do through there, so you don't have to ride in the dirt.
Be prepared to take all your clothes off. So wear durable underwear.
Pants off, dance.
And that's why we chose Hollister, because there's great roads to ride as well as the trails to ride. And so we'll do camping, and there will be games and challenges and food. And thanks to Breaking Away Adventures, who's helping us co-organizing it. So what is the current situation with this weekend, John?
I've traded, we're penciled in to reserve the spot. I need to follow up with her to just double check next week. And then we're going to determine how many spots we have for people.
So how much will it cost, John?
That I'm not sure yet.
Yeah, so there will be a small fee just to help cover like the meals and stuff like that, right?
Yep.
But it's not like an expensive.
$1 million.
You pay Matt?
$1 million.
Yeah. So we'll have meals and stuff provided. John, and the camping will all be covered in the price.
Darling.
Yes.
John.
Yes.
Did you get new glasses, John?
I did.
They're very smart indeed.
Thank you.
They really are.
I was wondering about that because nobody said anything about them except for you.
No, I just noticed them.
Oh, thank you.
No, they're very smart indeed.
I appreciate that.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, I just.
Okay.
There you go. Thank you.
Yeah. So, how does somebody find out more?
Breakingawaytrips.com.
Breakingawaytrips.com, and you can go there, and I believe he's taking sign-ups for people who are interested. But
yes, I think there's 20 already signed up.
And I need to get signed up. Emma, are you going to sign up?
Yeah, no, I'll sign up for the weekend because dance off, pants off.
I'll tell them to we'll add a box for dance off, pants off.
Because I do not have a dirty bike. You
can ride a KLR.
Right, but we might be able to bring some extra little dirt bikes for people.
Yeah, and I mean, it'll be
ride in the dirt.
Bring the Amigo.
Yes.
Yes,
totally. Yeah.
The Amigo.
Oh God,
that'll be yours.
I want to see somebody try to take the stretch ruckus out on the trails.
Hill climb that mess.
Yeah.
I want to see Emma hill climb on the Amigo.
Anyway, so that's kind of our big new event this year.
Pants off.
Is the Misfits Rally, March 24th through 26th. Again, go to Breaking Away. Emma, you knocked over my thing. BreakingAwayTrips.com. Coming up after that, The One Show.
Yep.
Yeah, and I need to start getting a list of people who are coming.
And check it twice.
Emma, you are showing a bike? Bagels in?
Yes, I should be showing a bike. I'm entering the Goosey. This year, the Goosey has never been to the One Show, and it should have been. I mean, the Goosey's been around for years now, and it's never been to the one show.
It's a beautiful bike.
So I think hopefully they will accept it this year. You never know what they're looking for.
Yeah.
So you just submit it.
Bagel, have you considered entering a scooter?
I have already submitted, actually, my Heinkel moped.
The Heinkel.
Oh, okay.
Yes, I figured it's such a rare bird. I might as well show it off.
Remind me, Bagel, what is that blue scooter behind you?
That is my Vespa P200. That was my first Cannonball bike, which has not recovered.
That's quite a sporty-looking thing.
Yes, I sported it up a bit for the Cannonball.
Okay, very good.
But I need to get it back together. That's one of the things I'm hoping to work on this winter.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
So the one show is in Portland, April 28th to 30th. Craig, are you coming?
Jury's still out on that one.
Okay.
I would love to.
I mean,
I've been wanting to go to the one show for many years.
You can actually drive up with me in King Kong if you want.
Or you can just fly up with me.
Or you can fly up. I mean, whatever. It's a hell of a long drive, but I'm looking for company.
Or we can
driving.
find some places to ride.
She needs somebody to hold her hand in the truck. Mm-hmm. She only can travel while holding hands with people.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Yes. So that's something that we always go to, and it's just a great time. We look forward to.
Yeah, it's tour and Tory run a very good show.
I didn't tell you the news.
What?
Well, it's not news.
What?
It's not news. So every year we go and we kind of guerrilla style make our own camp there, where we set up chairs and provide bananas and drinks for people, and we've always just done it guerrilla style. So this time I actually said, hey, could we officially set up a camp and not have it be so guerrilla? I'm like, we're coming. We're bringing chairs. Can we officially have a little area? Of which I have not received a response.
Is it in the same place?
Yes, it is at the Zidell.
That's great.
And
it's indoor.
It is indoor.
Sort of.
And outdoor.
So the Zidell,
stunt tracks
the Zidell shipyards, it's a very, very interesting building. They used to build warships there in the Second World War. So it's, if you imagine a shed the size of 2 or 3 warships.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah.
And basically they'd build them from scratch and then kind of wheel them out and stick them in the river.
With a lot of old cranes and anchors and chains, giant chains.
It's an amazing
everywhere.
building. So it's kind of, it's very open and very kind of drafty, and it can be cold. And a lot of the show takes place outside. They always have fun things going on outside. They have display teams going on, the Cossacks, who do displays on vintage Harley Davidsons.
Stunt riding and trucks and all sorts of stuff. So,
yeah, I mean, there's lots of things to do. It's in and out. It's a great scene.
Tickets are for sale. The1show.com, I think.
Yeah, and tickets are
highly recommend.
They start at $14 and go up from there.
That's cheap.
Oh
yeah, well, they do it in shifts, so you can buy it for a few hours, and then you can do a whole day, or you can do the whole weekend. Then coming up in July is busy. July is busy.
Vintage motorcycle days.
First.
Busting
you're
out
jumping
all
ahead.
over.
Sorry.
July 7th through 9th is Moto America and Laguna Seca. I think we're all going to be there probably. Because, Kat, you don't go to these, do you? You're usually traveling.
Yeah, July. I'll be, which is a little. I know I'll be out of the country. I have done that a number of times. I used to display there, but now I end up running tours when that happens.
And then the following weekend, Laguna Seca, July 20th through 23rd is, 20th through 23rd. Yeah. No, July 14th through 16th, is Arma, which is the races again, but this is much more open, less sponsors, and more. It's club racing.
More vintagey.
It's fun.
And
it's really fun.
More like you walk anywhere, talk to anyone. It's just.
I hope to have those flat tracks again. That was super fun.
Yeah,
and that vintage that motocross.
Yeah.
That was great.
Yeah. And then the following weekend is the one show in Cleveland, Ohio, at Mid-America. And that, not the one show, Vintage Days. I'm getting on this. July 20th through 23rd, which is, I think we're going to have a lot of us going. Craig, you're trying to make that happen, right?
I would love to go to that, yes.
I would love to see you naked on a stretch ruckus doing the barrel racing on fire.
Ho, ho, ho.
That sounds
like
wild.
If that would ever happen, that is where it would happen. And no one would blink an eye at that.
No.
Not at all. Not at all. So, yeah, we can finally, make that happen. So that's July. And then we're we're getting into, also in July. You've got some stuff going on.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I brought my full calendar.
Yeah.
As soon as you're done, I'll do my stuff.
We've got the Dolomites tour, July 9th through 15th. And then piggyback on that, July 16th through 22nd is the Castles and Curves.
Yep.
So Emma and Kat basically took the Dolomites tour that you did last year. That was a big success. You're doing that again.
Yes.
But then you're also adding a second tour, Castles and Curves, so people can do both tours if they want to.
They could. They could
because they're
conceivably if they
back
want
to back.
Yeah.
Or for people who did the Dolomites tour who wants to come on this. And it, unfortunately, and you got to stop doing this, it's the same time as Vintage Days, which makes it hard for Bagel to choose which one to go to.
Hey, the first world problems. Deal with
it. let's talk about this a bit more because you've been working. You had one tour that was a success, and now you've added two. Tell us more about these two tours.
All right. Well, obviously, last year the purpose of this was obviously you guys first said, "Geez, Kat, your tours are awesome, but damn, they're expensive." And I'm the first one to agree that most Layout Escapes track and tours are expensive. I'm actually surprised at how often people will throw down $8,000, $9,000, sometimes $10,000 to do one of my tours. So I said, well, let's go to the opposite end of the spectrum.
But as Mike has reported, it's well worth it because you do what you do really well.
Oh, we do
and
incredible
provide
shit.
Top-notch experience to everyone. So I wanted to clarify that.
Yeah, no, people often tell me, geez, Kat, you're not charging enough for all that you provide. And, riding 3 days, on Mugello or another MotoGP track, with Troy Corser as your coach. I mean, this is pretty cool shit. But let's face it, this is not cash that a lot of people, especially new riders, have.
Right.
And so let's look at the other end of the spectrum. And the other end of the spectrum is you've got new riders coming out that don't have a lot of money. And I know the big tour operators in this world, and I know how much they charge for their tours. And they're mostly targeting towards baby boomers. And we all know that baby boomers pretty much have lived a very lovely life and have made some good money, and their children have not gotten the same. And so let's make a tour that people can actually afford. So starting at $2,500 for a week of training. It's a training tour. It's not a tour where you get a guide. Emma and I are your instructors. We send you out in teams of 4 to 5 people. The routes are included on your bike. The hotels have been booked. And you're going to learn, at least in the Dolomites tour, it's just about sporty riding and having fun. And on the Castles and Curves tour, it's a bit more involved about routing and packing properly and knowing how to road trip Europe, mainly so that you can do this yourself. You can come back after taking out tour and do it on your own and realize it's really not that hard. You can pull it off. It just takes some planning, and we'll show you how. And in the process of showing you how, you can have a good time.
Or you could just show up and just glom onto Emma.
So, well, every single person who went on the Dolomites training tour, every single one had a great time. Every single person, not a single person felt it was a training tour and they were being weighed down. People were having fun. People learned stuff. Nobody was really out of their depth. We made sure that didn't happen. There were no accidents. There were no injuries. It's a very safe tour. It's a great... If you have never been outside America before, if you have never been outside your home country before, this is the tour for you. Mm-hmm. It's the most wonderful experience. And the best part is, for starting riders, we make this one big trip from the hotel in Munich to the hotel in the Dolomites. And then that's it. That is your home base for 5 days. And you radio out every day, but come back to the same hotel. And so you can dump all your gear in your room, and then that's it. It makes it very, very easy. The people are great. The hoteliers are great. The restaurateurs are great. It's a wonderful, wonderful tour. And my vision for it, I always wanted us to be able to provide this tour for less than the cost of a cheap used bike. And there it is. Thanks to Kat, we've done it.
Yeah. And you've had people signed up already?
Yeah, as of today, there are 6 slots left for the Dolomites training tour, and
nice.
there's still 20 spots left for the Castles and Curves tour.
Yeah,
and I think because most people didn't realize these are 2 different tours.
So tell us more about Castles and Curves.
Castles and Curves is more about, yes, there still be plenty of sport touring and whatnot, but it's a little bit more involved in terms of how do you road trip across Europe. It's not that hard. But there are things that you have to learn about routing. We're going to show you how to route like a local, and really that involves using some German apps because the Germans are frightfully organized. In learning how to, okay, let's grab lunch. Well, what are we going to get? Learning what an imbis is. There's stuff like that.
What's an imbis?
Related to an imbecile?
No, but guaranteed by the end of the tour, somebody will have had currywurst at least once. It's like the most popular dish in Germany outside of Dona.
Is it something goat based?
Oh no! If it's in German, it's almost always pig based. Also, the thing to navigate inside of Castles and Curves is to how do you see sort of the sights? How do you get in and out? Because we know the best way to see the world is by motorcycle, but how do you do it? How do you do it in the area? How do you schedule? Because some of these places we're going to, and by the way, of course, it's me and Emma are joining the tour as instructors. We're also bringing along Mouse, and Mouse's job is she is the castle and tourism expert, and believe me, she knows castles inside and out. Mouse and I have been all over the world, and if there's a crusty piece of stone, she wants to go look at it. The castles that we have on this tour that are possible in terms of the routes. These things are proper, legit.
It's all Germany?
Germany and a bit of France. Yeah. We're going over into the Alsace region because we're going to see, and this is somebody who's been all over the world and absolutely loves castles. Her favorite castle is Haut-Königsberg in Alsace. And so she sort of insisted, okay, we have to take people to Haut-Königsberg. Among other things, this castle was sort of the inspiration behind a lot of the construction style and forms you see in the Lord of the Rings, the Citadel of Minas Tirith, in terms of the kind of look. And it's been there for centuries, withstood multiple sieges, and was finally redone by Kaiser Wilhelm. In 1905, it was his last restoration.
Just curious, Craig, do you have a favorite castle?
My favorite castle of them all might be the Eilendunen Castle in Scotland.
The most photographed castle in the world.
I have a favorite castle, too.
Wow.
The White Castle.
There you go.
Nom, 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 nom.
Right.
So, Emma, will you...
I really like Urquhart Castle in Loch Ness as well.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Will you be going out on day rides then with people?
Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So, and you're doing both of these back to back. So
yes.
Again, somebody could do both trips if they want.
Conceivably, yes.
Will there be the same bike options?
Actually, there are some bike differences. For the Castles and Curves tour, I reserved more larger bikes because we're doing a lot more high-speed sweepers through the country and less tight hairpin turns. So your BMW GSs and RSs and RTs are better suited for this as opposed to, well, Emma's favorite, the F900R for the tight twisties.
And I'm actually changing bikes halfway through for the Dolomites training tour. I'm riding the F900R, which to me is great. It's agile, it's sleek, very stylish bike. It's perfect for that riding. But I'm actually changing to a 900 XR for the Castles and Curves tour, which is essentially the same bike, but it's bigger. It's got a windshield. It's more sit-uppy. It's a bigger, rangier bike.
Sit-uppy. Is that a new word?
Sit-uppy. Sit-uppy. Yes.
Pencil that in.
As opposed to sick-uppy, which is something you do when you've eaten too much Indian food.
Yeah, I've already reserved 25 bikes for that tour, so there is a wide range of bikes that we have that we can. Maybe it's available, maybe it's not. No, I've reserved them.
And how much is this trip?
$2,600.
That's ridiculous.
So for $5,000, you could do basically 3 weeks almost.
2 weeks.
2 weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Each tour is a week long, and again, it's not a guided tour; it's an instructor tour. You've got the routes. We'll be there to help you along. But you've got to figure out and sort of learn how to do stuff on your own. And in the end, you're not only learning about Europe, you're learning about yourself.
Right.
And you're learning how to do it on your own.
Passenger price too, right?
Yeah, because we got to.
So somebody wanted to bring their significant other.
Honestly, it's not that much. It's just the accommodations. And you got to have a bigger bike.
I want to make something absolutely clear, and I don't say something like this lightly. I mean, hopefully people realize that I'm not a bullshitter. I don't make just arbitrary claims. These trips will change your life, and they will change your life just as going to Pakistan changed your life, John.
Mm-hmm.
They'll change your life for a number of reasons. If you haven't travelled before, I guarantee you these trips will give you a lust for travel.
Yep.
If you are a little timid on your bike, these trips will cure that. Your riding will be light years different by the time we've finished with you. And just your experience around people is going to be so different. Every single person I encountered on that trip was the most wonderful, giving, accommodating, generous people, and genuinely thrilled to meet us. So it really is.
Even your Italian cop friend?
Well, I think the cops, were quite bemused because as I was riding into the checkpoint, I think they thought they were going to snag themselves a 20-year-old German.
They were so disappointed.
Thug. And when I took my helmet off and showed them my license and they realized they'd got a 60-year-old California grandma, they were really quite deflated about it. But we all saw the happy side. Ho, ho, ho. Because I have broached this subject before. I do look quite a thug in my riding gear.
Well, it's the helmet.
Yes, I was going to say.
That Simpson helmet, it looks like from a drag strip.
Yes, exactly. So, I do look like something of the thug. But every single person was so accommodating. It really will change your life in a number of ways. And we're offering it as a price theoretically anyone can afford.
So, layotascapes.com?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I hopefully you can put in the show notes. You can put the links.
Yep. I've been doing that,
as well as I did make a video that included some of the castles we could see. And
we have a big announcement we're going to make, but first I want to add a couple more things that are on the calendar. I forgot to say in May 6th, the Quail.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
I know, Craig. You always show up somehow. I don't know how you're like. I'm gonna roll a bike around and get in for free or something. You're usually a bike pusher, right? I know. Yeah, we all love the Quail. So that's in May 6th. Great event to come out to. And something new I'm hoping to attend this year, Emma.
Is?
August 17th through 19th is the Mecum auction in Monterey.
Oh, yes.
Which we've never done. So that's something I wanted to add to the
Is
calendar.
it only motorbikes or is it cars?
No. This is everything, but they have usually about 100 bikes for sale.
Yeah, it's the big auction for motorbikes is Las Vegas this month. I have an interesting relationship with Mecum auction bikes. They are...
But hey, it's right here in our backyard.
It's a spectacle.
And it's an opportunity to go down. It's at Pebble Beach. Where is it? Or the airport?
No, I think it's at one of the big hotels.
Okay, yeah. It's an opportunity to just go see it.
I think it's at the Hyatt. It's in the grounds of the Hyatt.
Okay.
Yeah.
But in August, and this is a new announcement we're making.
Oh.
Yeah, so this is another trip that I've been putting together. And I've been toying with it and saying that I want to do a UK dream trip. And I was trying to put it together myself, and I said, what am I doing? We have somebody who knows what they're doing. So I called up Kat and said, Kat, will you put together a UK trip for me to lead, to invite people to come and join us on? And he's putting it together. We don't have all the details. It's not there yet.
Right.
But I can tell you the things that I said. Here, Kat, here is what I would like. I would like this to be, what I say, a 7 to 10 day trip, something like that. That's our goal. I want to visit the Ace Cafe.
Not a problem.
In London. I want to visit the Triumph Museum in Birmingham.
That's pretty easy.
Right? And also the National Museum, which is also not far from there. I want to ride a lap of Isle of Man.
Much harder, kind of a pain in the ass, and I'm really going to have to work on that one. It's logistics of trying to figure that one out. That's the
if we can see some Scotland or Wales, that would be great. And
Wales,
then,
not Scotland.
Okay,
I would love to take you guys to Scotland. I would love it.
I gave him my wish list.
Yeah.
And I would like to, if we have an opportunity to catch a speedway night somewhere, something like that, because there's a lot of cool different kind of racing that happens there. And speedway is something we don't have here. Have you seen speedway, Craig?
Oh, it's incredible.
It's a single gear bike with no brakes.
It's like flat track, but on a much smaller track.
Eighth of a mile, right?
Yeah.
It's a dirt track?
Yeah.
It's a dirt oval track, and it looks like a Schwinn with a motor.
Right.
Big front wheel.
With no brakes and one gear.
Nice.
And it's kind of crazy. Yeah. So that is a type of riding there. And yeah, it's speedway. And they have teams like clubs, like soccer clubs that travel to other people's tracks and compete. And it's a big thing.
Oh, it's a big deal. Speedway is a big deal.
There, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. So I said, here's all the things I think would be wonderful to do on a UK dream trip, because the UK has so many of these amazing motorcycle iconic locations. And I've been to the Ace Cafe, but if we go to the Ace Cafe, everyone can look on the ceiling for the stickers I put up there, the Motorcycles and Misfits stickers, because they just happened to have a ladder out at that moment, and I took advantage.
Nice.
Yeah. So this is going to be in August, we're looking at.
Right. I'm looking at the month of August, and the reason we're putting this out now is we need to gauge interest level. How many people are going to send an email into Motorcycles and Misfits now and say, yes, if you put this tour up, I want to go?
Oh, and my other request is I want to ride Triumphs.
Some Triumphs are available. There's not a ton of them, but we can get some Triumphs. So we can get you a Triumph, okay?
Yeah,
I'll have to ride something else.
Yeah, like, well, Bonnevilles and Tigers are both great options for doing this. This is just this crazy idea I had. So I'm committing to going, and I am inviting anyone out there who wants to come. I don't know what the price is going to be. It is a little more expensive in the UK, but we're loading it with these amazing things to be able to ride a lap at Isle of Man. Mm-hmm. Oh my gosh! Right?
I'm gonna have to put it into the GPS.
I mean,
okay, guys, follow the GPS.
I think the big thing to gauge interest for you, Kat, is if you can do, and I know it's hard, but if you can kind of ballpark a kind of figure, so people know what they're signing themselves up for.
I was when I was looking, I think like bike was going to be like $2,000 or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I mean, if you can
probably looking at maybe 5.
Yeah.
That's what that's what I was planning, about $5,000.
Yeah, I'm not going to do any 4-star hotels, particularly in arrival area. We're going to keep it 3-star, just clean and comfortable. It's all we need. We're there to ride, not to feel impressed with our wealth. And I've figured out the logistics in London, where if people want to arrive a day early and go see the sights of London proper, you'll be staying at a hotel that's a good ways outside of London, probably take about a 20-minute train ride into the center of town. That way you're saving big money on your hotel, and you can just spend money on train. It's much cheaper that way.
Is there any British Superbike races going on around that time?
Again,
Silverstone would be fun.
Trying to coordinate on dates is always tricky. So let's see what we can come up with.
Yeah. So you want people to contact me or to contact you?
Let's contact Liza, and let's see. Because this is her dream trip.
Yeah.
Are you interested in Liza's dream?
Motorcyclesandmisfits at gmail.com.
Yeah.
Who wants to come and join me? So that's my idea. We're throwing that together. So that's our calendar for the year, and that's just getting us up to August.
Yeah, I could conceivably set it up as something similar to a training tour in terms of I am not qualified to teach how to do the UK because I don't know. I mean, I know Scotland pretty well, but I do not know UK like a local guide would know it. But I can make up the routes and have some local people make the routes, and then I can just have them loaded into various different GPS forms, and then again send people out in teams of 4 and 5. That really does work the best, rather than trying to keep together a large group all in one.
Well, I haven't spent a lot of time there, but Emma, correct me if I'm wrong. They do speak English there, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
That is one of the major advantages of going to England. Or Australia, or New Zealand,
or Pakistan,
they speak your language.
So this is my personal thing, and I've been to London, but I haven't been all these other places. So I just thought, you know what, I would love to. You can, and I didn't clarify. When we go to the Triumph factory, I want the factory tour.
Of course.
Yes.
Right. There's no point in going to the factory and just taking a picture out in front of it.
Oh my gosh.
However, it's as good a time as any to say on the Italian and the German tours, I was surprised how much English has encroached itself into life out there now. Language was far less of a problem in Europe than I thought it, or certainly it used to be. So many people talk English now.
It's the default language. It's
rapidly becoming the universal language.
Yeah, if a Norwegian and a Slovenian run into each other in the middle of downtown Rome, what are they going to speak to each other? They're going to talk in English to each other. That's what they do.
Right.
Yeah. So. Anything else? Did I miss anything from our calendar?
I think that's quite a full calendar, darling.
Well, and I just also want to give a mention that Matt from Breaking Away Adventures, he's got other trips that he's doing. He's the one who's planning the rally with us, so Breaking Away Adventures. And also, hey, man, if you want to really do some track time and a really wonderful high-end trip, I highly recommend Kat's other trips, layotaescapes.com. You can see all the trips there.
We're doing this year probably the new things that we're doing this year is we're doing the Checkout Brno tour, as spelled CZECH, as in Czech Republic. Nice. But we're starting and ending in Vienna. And the city of wine, women, and song, and it's my favorite city in Europe. It's the most beautiful city. Just suck it, Paris. Vienna's more beautiful.
Ooh, I did forget to add one more tour, and that's because I forgot to call Bagel to tell him that I committed him to this.
What?
Bagel, we want you to do another Scootistan
this year.
Yes,
I don't think I could do it this year.
You can.
How?
What do you mean how? I've already had the conversation with Moyne about setting it up.
We
just forgot to tell you.
You leave home and you ride a scooter.
He's had people requesting.
Okay, we have to talk, but I have plans already that I'm considering. So.
And even though I am not leading the Chickistan tour this year, there is a Chickistan tour happening that I'm proud to say that Maggie McNally from the AMA, who went on my last Chickistan, she is going to be leading it and doing another Chickistan that I'm helping to curate, and that's going to be in September. But Bagel, we need to get you. There are people who want to do scooters again. Moyne is not happy about this. I will tell you that. Okay. He's not happy.
Not happy about doing it, or not happy that we haven't done it yet.
About doing it on a scooter. But
he's had people. We need to invest in better seats.
Okay.
First of all.
So I need you to contact Moyne and find out when you're supposed to be there.
It's not, I don't think you can do it this year, Liza.
I think you can make it happen.
But we'll talk. We'll talk.
I think you can make it happen.
So I wanted to point out to folks, if you have ever thought that being a motorcycle tour operator was your dream business, I'm going to report to you that this year we've officially reached 10 years in business. We've been doing this. So it's kind of a big deal for us. So if you're interested in having a really good time while losing money, becoming a motorcycle tour operator is a fabulous occupation. Where honestly, nobody does it to make money. Everyone does it for the community and to have a good time and to hopefully meet some crazy misfits just like you guys. And sort of as a celebration, every year we do something new. And this year, the big new thing is we are going to ride Portugal and Portimao.
Ooh. Yeah. Craig, you seriously need to consider going on one of his trips. I could totally see you doing this.
Yeah, I saw an ad for Liotta Escapes right when you were first starting, probably about 10 years ago, with their old style of ad, and it always intrigued me. We had never met, but I had looked at them while back when I was just getting started out in the motorcycle education industry, and they sound incredible. And I love how you do something new to keep it fresh every year, and it's almost like you don't even have to, but you do it anyway, because the tours that you could redo that 10 years in a row, and I bet it would still be incredible every time some of those.
The greatest compliment I could get is I actually had a client that did an Italy tour 5 years ago. He came back this year, says, I want to do the exact same tour again. And he just booked the exact same tour again 5 years later. I'm like, dude, I got Spain. I've got the Czech Republic. No, I want to go to Italy again. Okay.
There's a lot to be said for it.
Yeah. No one ever says, oh, shit, I got to go back to Italy.
So, yeah, there's so much.
We're busy misfits.
There is. So, I would like to hear from people if there's something that we forgot. Send us an email at motorcyclesandmisfits@gmail.com and let us know what else is happening. But those are the things that we are doing. So,
and please join us out there, because we're lonely without you.
Yeah, no, I'm really looking forward to the Castles and Curbs tour.
Oh, God, it's going to be hilarious.
And so is Mouse, because, again, this is road tripping it across Germany and France.
So I'm thinking of including burlesque in that. Do you think Mouse would be up for it?
I can guarantee we could find some burlesque in Munich. That shouldn't be difficult.
No. I think I'm going to do burlesque, and I was going to think perhaps Mouse would do some burlesque too.
No, you didn't ask me.
Well, you're not going to be on the bloody trip, are you?
Going to bring tequila.
Yes. No, I think we could probably include that.
Liza, you could do burlesque at Vintage
Well, you know what? There's no point. Look, the thing that I am known for, that I am good, is my chair dance.
I think you could do a chair dance in the middle of the Ace Cafe.
Oh, how do you know I haven't? I have been on the stage.
But we'll try and include some misfit tomfoolery in our trips.
It happens whether we say, oh no, we're not going to do that. No, it'll happen.
So for our next segment, I wanted to talk about building off of our conversation last week about like good ideas and bad ideas.
Yes,
and there have been motorcycle trends over the decades,
yes,
that I find they go too far. Like they become just too much.
Like riding scooters.
And I wanted to talk about some of these trends. when customization goes too far. And so I wanted to kind of get feedback from you guys here. Bagel, can you see the screen?
I can.
Great. The first thing up I have are ape hangers. Now I've had a bike with ape hangers. They weren't exceeding. They were 18-inch ape hangers. They were, within range. It was okay. I thought it looked cool. But there are some people who take ape hangers too far. And so I'm sharing with everyone here some of the images of ape hangers that have gone too far. Now, Emma, how does it affect the handling?
So, well,
Love it.
Hello. In short, it doesn't.
We're just looking at some ridiculous examples of ape hangers.
In real terms, it doesn't. Putting ape hangers on your bike, actually what it does is it shifts the weight back, and it shifts your weight back. Where it's really going to be a problem, because your point of contact on the bike, which is basically your arse, doesn't change. But where it's actually going to affect handling is your range of movement, because as human beings, we're given this range of movement, both side to side and up and down. So we have a picture of a lovely young black gentleman here who is riding a...
Hey, why do you have to tell everyone he's young?
Okay, well, it's
because he doesn't look old enough to ride that bike.
But nevertheless, there he is, and I am guessing
these ape hangers go behind the seat. His arms are up and back.
Well, we've got the yardstick is we're looking at the top of his head, and
it's like about 18 inches.
And I was going to say
above his head.
I would say the grips are about an inch above his head.
Inch? No,
a foot above his head. Now the problem here is because of the position he's in, his range of movement is going to be severely restricted. Theoretically, the bike will actually be able to go down the road as it was before. Because remember, the point of contact hasn't changed. It's still his butt on the seat. Mm-hmm. However, any amount of counter steering, he's not going to be able to do. Plus, if you think about any flex in the front end is going to be amplified through the bars. So our next picture is... It's a Harley Davidson. Mm-hmm. Those are probably 24s, I would say.
But they're wide. They're extremely
It's a
wide.
Harley Davidson and an idiot.
But here's an important point. He actually doesn't look that uncomfortable.
No.
Now, the grips are about in line with his eyes, which is higher than I would go. But his range of movement, he's still got enough left. I think he's probably pretty comfortable.
It's not so bad.
Thing.
So what do you think about this one?
No, the problem is... the problem... Okay, now, obviously, I'm a bit more of a serious rider as opposed to... And I think that function should follow design.
Right.
And okay, we're talking about handling back and forth here. What I'm really concerned about is as soon as somebody actually has to hit the front brakes in even a halfway decent amount... it's not going to work. Things are not going to work out well if you have to hit the front brakes.
He's literally going to be swinging on a monkey bar.
Exactly. He really is going to hit the gauges.
So what we're looking at here is another Harley Davidson. And again...
Is that a Road King?
It's anybody's guess what it used to be.
It's an idiot.
It's probably... I would say it's probably a Softail of some description. It might be a Heritage. But nevertheless... The grips are easily a foot above the top of his head. And his range of movement, he's at the absolute limit of his range of movement standing still. So there's zero room for error. He's not going to be able to counter steer. As everyone's pointed out, braking you can't brake. And any road... irregularity.
Brakes? I think they
any irregularity in the forks is going to be amplified so much through the bars, and fatigue is going to be a huge problem with that.
Well, they don't ride that far,
right? I could see him being fatigued after about 10 minutes of riding without.
That's a stress position.
Is he smoking a cigarette, or is that?
Yes, he is.
Yes, he is.
That's what really offends me.
I'm
just kidding.
Actually, he's probably smoking a fatty, I would suggest.
This position is used for torture in some countries, for fuck's sake.
Yeah. No, he's absolutely at the limit of his range of movement.
So I wanted to point something out. I mean, we're somewhat like mocking these customizations. Now, I myself said that I had ape hangers and I thought that they were cool. But it's like this human nature thing to then take things past this limit. And I'll use, for example, body modification. Does everyone here have a tattoo?
Yes.
Yes.
Nope. Will you put a tattoo on your face?
No.
Well,
it's kind of like there's a line you draw, right?
Well, you see, this is where I differ from most people. I think all body modification, no matter how extreme, is completely valid.
Well, but I'm just saying, there's a line. And then let's take like...
Everyone, if I was a rap star, I'd do it.
Does everyone here wear a necklace?
Yeah. But you're not endangering yourself by getting a face tattoo.
But like everyone here would wear a necklace, right? But when the women of Myanmar stack those rings and stretch their necks, it's like, ooh, now it's gotten kind of weird, right?
Now you're affecting your health. You're on to something there.
Right. So I'm saying there's parallels, or how many people have had a pierced ear versus putting the
giant
plugs
hoops,
in, the giant plugs in there and stretching your lobes. It's like it's human nature to take things to an extreme and take things past the norm of society and find these limits.
But I think that's just great.
To where you are somewhat you're paying the price. And in motorcycles, in all of these examples, I think that you lose not just performance, handling, all of the things, right? You make it less capable, less.
But maybe that's not the end game with this. I mean, nobody's going to buy a Harley Davidson Softail thinking it's going to be the greatest handling bike in the world.
But that's like the limit of where you're going to go with
absolutely.
I'm just acknowledging that, in fact, it is not just one certain segment of the motorcycle community.
No, that is Bosuzuku, and
so
that is super valid.
Is Bosuzuku. So
that is super valid, and that's not just a motorcycle. That is a musical instrument, and they are great at it. Have you ever seen them when they play tunes on the exhaust system?
I've never seen them.
Oh, it's incredible. No, Bosuzuku is legit. It's absolutely... And to Western eyes, it seems ridiculous. But Bosuzuku in Japan... If you want to see something really well, and see if you can get a picture of this now, look up a Bosuzuku van.
No,
they make the motorcycles look tame.
How do you spell it?
Just a van. Oh, B-O-S...
Sozuku, Bosuzuku. So, for those who aren't familiar with Bosuzuku, it started, I believe, in the 60s. And this was more like the gang. It's their version of Hell's Angels, let's say. Right? And it was more of the criminal element. And they do different things to their bikes. But one of the main things is to take the fairings and twist them so they're pointing up, and the seats and tails to twist them so they're pointing up. So the bike basically looks like it's been tacoed. It's just a look.
That's quite a tame Bosuzuku van, but it's a movement that involves bikes and cars. However, the one commonality between all the vehicles, it doesn't have to. It's not just an artistic piece to look at. Is there are quite strict rules about the exhaust system, the way it, the way the exhaust system sounds, and the cars as well tend to have these huge stack exhausts. And you rev them up close to the limit and actually play a tune on the exhaust system.
There's a Honda CT, Bosuzuku.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. They happen in all different types of bikes. This style, but it's not just the bikes. It's also the outfits they wear.
Right.
The outfits are very important too.
And everything has a meaning. It's very, very structured, like a lot of things in Japan. We tend to think of it as being just this crazy, wild, free thing. But Bosuzuku is actually very, very structured in how the bikes look, how they behave. That is great. I think that is just superb. And he looks fantastic as well. Yeah,
but these are Japanese street bikes.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
These aren't.
And they rode around in gangs, and you can hear them coming because they're all like, you know.
Yeah, and a lot of times they'll have weapons attached to them, bats, stuff like that. And it's unique, and they've created their own style unlike anything else. Now, there was tens of thousands of Bosuzuku at one point. I think the height was in the 80s. It has now dwindled down to very few. So this is a dying trend, but still it's pretty funny to see this kind of extreme.
Well, the thing is, there's a point I want to make here, is we're not getting the full picture here in America. Looking at a picture like that, it's we're looking at it out of context. If you want to get the full context, you need to go to Japan and actually see them as who they are. So it's very, very easy to look at a still picture like this and just say, ho, 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 what an idiot. But you're not getting the full picture. And it's the same when you do with body modifications. If you see somebody who's tattooed from head to foot, it's ho, 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 look at that freak. But if you actually put it into perspective of the life they're living, it actually begins to make more sense.
So how do the ape hangers make sense then?
But I'm not really seeing a lot of extreme stuff here in terms of making this bike harder to ride. I think it looks kind of cool.
It's kind of weird, but again, it's something they wanted to do their own thing that was not what society considered to be exceptional. But I want to go on to the next one because I think this one will get some replies. And this is definitely probably the most controversial customization, the dark side. So for those who don't know, the dark side, and I couldn't figure out where this name came from, but there is a theory, and many people say that they prove it, that automotive tires will last so much longer than motorcycle tires. There's even conspiracies that say that it's all a racket, motorcycle tires. You put a car tire on there, it'll last 50,000 miles, right? Can you get 50,000 miles out of a motorcycle tire?
No.
So they put on car tires, and there are even some people who do the Iron Butt Rally on car tires because it will last longer. So, Emma,
yes,
what is your opinion? And I want to clarify, this is only on the rear wheel. To put a car tire on the front wheel, I think would be certain death.
So,
hey, if you're daring enough.
Yeah, if you're daring enough. So, I try and make a point, as I navigate my way through life, I try not to be judgy of other people's decisions, whether they're good or bad. I mean, it's a decision they need to make. The only experience I have with the dark side was about 5 years ago. I had a client show up at the shop with a Honda Goldwing 1800, which he had just bought off the internet. And he turned up at the shop and he was white as a sheet. And he said, I've just ridden this bike home. It is the most evil handling thing I have ever ridden. And I said, challenge accepted. And I got on it and I made it halfway down the block and it scared the crap out of me. And it was a bone stock Goldwing with a car tire on the back. And so I checked the pressure, and the pressure was exactly where it should be, and the car tire wasn't worn. So I said, let's return this bike to stock. So I ordered a very expensive rear tire and put it on, and it was one of the sweetest handling Goldwings I've ever come across. Aside from that example, I won't go any further. I will tell you that there isn't a single person who has a car tire on the back of their bike that will look me in the eye and say their bike handles better than it had the bike tire on.
Well, but I will say,
it is just
when a tire wears out, it wears out in the center. So I think for people who
maybe your tire wears out in the center.
Yeah. I think for travelers, I want to say, I'm not saying you should go do this, but I see how it's logical to them that Liza, a car tire will last
provided
longer.
You never turn.
Yes.
Liza, can I, as someone who has gone to the dark side, can I share my experience here?
Wait, what bike did you put a car tire on?
That one back there. The Vespa GTS 250.
Okay.
My Cannonball Vespa GTS 250.
Yeah.
I found.
Was it a golf cart tire?
No. This was I think it was a 145 70 R12. That was
that's a mini tire.
A tire. Yeah. It was a tire for a mini, exactly.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
And I found a
it's
shop
a mini
in San Jose
tire.
that had two of them, and I bought both of them. And I put one on the spare rim that I had, and I tried it out.
And I bet you took it off.
Well, let me tell you, it barely fit on there, but it just fit. And I could ride it. But the thing is that when you lean on with the rear car tire, it feels like you're going up like on the edge of.
Well, you are.
Sure. Well, because you are go up on the edge of the tire, but it's like you're on the edge of a knife.
Like you have a big flat spot.
And if you lean over too far, it's like you feel like you're about to low side. So it's a very unsettling experience, especially when the tire's new.
Yeah.
Now, when you ride on it for a couple of thousand miles, like I did, especially in the twisties, you can start to wear down those edges a little bit. And it will start to handle a little bit better. Plus, you start to get used to how it handles, and you start to anticipate that edge more, and you kind of get used to it. And after a while, you you just adjust, and you can compensate and make it work for you. But I will say that it does not handle well no matter what. and I did run it for a while on one of the cannonballs that I did in the parts where I was going on like long flat sections through the middle of the continent, where I just wanted to have that tire longevity, which it did have. It did not wear out nearly as fast as a bike tire did. But it came at a cost of the handling, and I would not do it again. Even though I still have the tire mounted on the rim, I don't think I'd ever put it back on another bike.
The thing that's interesting about this modification, I think it's the one that is truly function driven, not style, where the rest are style. But the other thing that's interesting is I showed a picture of a cruiser, a Japanese a touring bike, and now a Goldwing,
right.
which is also a Japanese touring bike. But yes,
that's actually a Valkyrie.
Okay, and then Bagel says on a scooter. So this is something that isn't limited to one genre of the motorcycle.
I think.
Oh no!
And I've got to be honest with you. You know, you talk about. We talked about a little bit about the Bosozoku being interpreted out of context. If I lived in Iowa or Nebraska and the roads were dead straight and just went on for miles and miles and miles, and that was my riding, and there were no turns to speak of, it might be something to consider. But, you know, if you're introducing curves, it's something you need to get used to.
So for this next one, this is something that's interesting. This is something I've only seen in the sport bike world and the scooter world. This is one that the choppers and the cruisers have seemed to avoid.
Furries.
The furries. Now, some of us have been riding a long time, and we remember seeing the furries.
Yeah. Furries are legit.
So furries are when you cover your entire bike in fake fur, right? Now, why would somebody do this, right? And not just sport bikes. Here's I believe it's a KLR or a DR.
That is a KLR.
All right, a KLR. And why would somebody do this? It seems kind of stupid, but actually, this was function driven as well. This came out of the stunter scene. When you scratch your plastics up, it's very expensive to replace it. So they found it was just easier to cover the bike in fur that you can recover again and again.
Do you have to like brush it out every other day or so?
So I just thought that was funny. The furries, and when you think about, this is just ridiculous. But it was function driven.
No, it doesn't no safety.
What do you guys
issues.
think? Does it look good, or do you think it's just stupid?
The first one was I actually really liked the first one. That one I would own. But I would say as a whole, the trend might need to go the way of the dinosaur. Although when it's done well, I think that to see one once in a while, it would be entertaining. I'd like to see one pull up to Emma's shop.
Well, actually, a good friend of ours that we all know, our good friend Phil, has a Vespa scooter.
Oh, that's right.
Covered in fur.
That's right.
It is a Chewbacca scooter.
Okay.
Nice.
And it has the
little bandolier on it.
The bandolier and a Chewbacca face on it. And so it actually pulls it off. But this is something that I think did kind of go away because it got really nasty really fast.
You do understand.
Don't let it get wet.
Yeah.
But you do understand there are people who dress up as like hedgehogs and squirrels and have sex with each other. You understand
every
that.
Friday night downtown they meet.
Right.
But again,
I think this is legit.
I don't think I've ever seen a Harley covered in fur. Like somehow,
I guarantee it's been
somehow
done.
the chopper guys seem to escape this trend. But
what, they're okay with their adorable little leather chaps and cute little vests
and tassels.
But this next one is, I think you'll soon see, it's pretty limited to just one segment of our community.
Mod bikes.
Mods,
the mod scooters, usually the Vespas and Lambrettas, and they love to have the excessive mirrors and lights on them, and antennas and horns and flags and all the things.
And the irony is, the lights you can actually hook up because, Vespers and Labrettas have got tiny charging systems, and if you were to turn even 3 of those lights on, the alternator would be like, hang on.
unless you just add a second battery behind the leg shield and wire it up to the lights, then you're all set.
Yeah, total loss.
And to me, this is a perfect example of, again, taking things too far. Right?
Bagel, have you ever done one of these?
I have not. It's a thought that might have entered my mind at one time and then very quickly left.
So I don't hate it. I actually like it, but then again, maybe I have a tendency to take things too far.
No, well,
until the sun is setting and you're driving behind them. Yeah.
Hang on. I'm going to speak with a little authority on this because number one, this came out of my home country,
yes.
And number two, was the oldest person in this room, and I actually remember these cats riding about.
Yeah.
You've got to understand, we're looking at things out of context. And I'm not talking about the people who are copying the trend now like this guy. Go back to that previous picture, please. So this picture was taken in a working-class English town, probably in the early 60s, in 63 or 64. We've got a very, very clean-cut young man. He's wearing a striped blazer and a tie and a shirt. And he has customized his scooter with a lot of the accessories that were available at the time.
I count 32 mirrors alone.
I think he was cock of the north on that thing. I really do.
So what was the point?
He was doing well.
It was...
Just look at me, look at me.
It was pure... Look at his clothes.
Yeah.
It's purely style.
Right.
It is purely style. And you've got to understand that style is a very, very transient thing.
That's true.
Just because it's stylish now, it doesn't mean it's going to be stylish down the road. Now, back in the mid
shag carpet
platform boots.
Yeah.
Back in the mid 70s, guys wore platform boots as well. It wasn't uncommon for guys to be wearing 6-inch heels.
Like Kiss.
You try that now. No, these were just guys going to work.
Yeah.
I'm not talking about, Kiss and the rock stars. These were working guys, wore platform boots. Try that now. That trend's gone. I think as a style statement back in the early 60s, this was super legit. And remember, you couldn't do much to these bikes. You could maybe put an expansion chamber on it. You could maybe give it a good paint job. But it wasn't like a motorcycle where you could fundamentally change it, right, Bagel? It's changing the handlebars or the forks on a scooter is a fairly major job. So what are you going to do? You're going to customize it in an aesthetic way rather than a functional way, like putting clip-ons on a BSA or changing the brakes or changing the forks.
Right.
So the counterpoint here is the cafe racers, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
And then that was mods versus rockers.
Yeah. But it's just funny when, like, 2 mirrors, 4 mirrors, 6 mirrors, no, 32 mirrors. They had taken it to extreme.
Well, so it's who could one up the other guy?
Right.
Who could add 2 more mirrors?
Let's take it back to the chopper world, because now we're going to go back into making a bike not as rideable. So, as somebody who had a custom chopper with a 6-inch over Springer front end, I know what it's like, and it felt weird on turns. Like, it was a little bit hard to handle. So now we're getting into the choppers that are how much over? When you say over,
so if you take
these are probably 36 over.
No, that's 24.
24 over.
That's 24. So you basically measure the length of the standard fork and then just however much longer it is. So that's quite a nice customizing job. There's a lot of things I like about this bike.
But handling
isn't going to be its strong point, but that's Swedish. I know for a fact that's Swedish because that's Swedish style.
So,
no front brake on that either.
So, Kat, if you had to just guesstimate from the front of the engine to the rear of the tire, what's that gap?
Oh, he's easily doubled the length of the bike.
It's like 5.
At least this one. I mean, this one's
between.
pretty extreme.
And how do you think that handles? Have you ridden a bike like this?
I have never ridden a bike like this. Really, I'm going to defer to Emma on this one.
That's a good candidate for a car tire.
Right. So, Emma.
No, cornering is going to be a tough gig because when the forks get to a certain rake and a certain length, when you counter steer, they flop. The front wheel kind of flops to the side, and instead of turning, it kind of plows. So...
All right, so...
You've got no weight on the front end.
Let me ask you this.
Not to mention the fact that they bounce as you're going along down the road.
Yeah, you've got no more... Your suspension is shot, your handling is shot.
So
all you've got is the look.
How far can you go?
Good Lord.
Oh, my God.
I don't know how these little forks, when I say little, they look awful thin, don't they?
Right.
They talk about your problems with fork flex.
Yeah. How long would you say that is? That's about a 12-foot fork?
Yeah, easily. I mean, if you were to stand that up, that's probably 9 feet. It is incredibly long.
So I just want to, is this cool? Do you guys think, is this cool? Or do you think this is like,
I think
this is gone too far?
As an art piece, I think it's legit. As a motorcycle, I wouldn't want to ride it.
No, yeah, I agree with that.
Well,
I agree with that.
Let me ask you this, and I'm gonna guess. I think all of you would ride this next bike, even though you know it wouldn't ride as well as a stock
All right,
version.
show us up. What's a Grom?
Stretch Grom.
It's a stretch Grom.
Stretch Grom. So
I'd ride it.
Yeah. Craig, you'd ride this.
I'd ride it.
John, you'd ride this.
Oh yeah.
Yes, everyone would ride this. So the whole point of stretching the rear swing arm came out of drag racing.
Right.
The whole point is that it makes it so that the front end can't come up. That's it. Yet you will find that stretching the rear end is a thing that happens from scooters, choppers, sport bikes. Everybody has done this.
Wait till you see the next one.
Just turn your eyes
Everybody
away.
has
Wait till you
done
see the
this.
next one.
Is that an H2?
That's a Ninja H2.
That's horrible, isn't it?
With a
It's absolutely painful to watch it.
Yikes.
That's your Busa, isn't it, Emma?
That has to be a Busa.
Yes, I think
Yeah,
that
but the
is a
H2
is a
Yeah,
Busa.
that's
The
a
H2 is a
Busa.
crime.
But
It's
that
a
rear
crime.
swing arm is about 5 feet long, I think.
It's a cool looking swing arm, though.
I mean, as a modification, it's interesting.
That's just painful.
But and this next one, again, just to show that it crosses all types.
Hey, there we are.
There we
Yeah.
go.
That's what I like.
Stretch
This is
rockets.
the ruckus.
And
Now
rockets.
I'm in.
Well,
I'm
that
in
doesn't
with
actually
this.
have a stretch swing arm. That's just had the engine moved back.
But the thing about the
It's a whole
stretch,
different engine. Yeah.
the thing about this stretch ruckus though is it's not taking itself seriously. It knows
Exactly.
it's a joke and it's going, isn't this fun?
It's
and
leaning
cute?
into it.
It
Yep.
wants you to laugh.
Yeah.
Whereas the dude with the Busa actually thinks it looks cool.
Well, let's go back to the point I've been trying to make throughout all this. A lot of times we're seeing these bikes out of context, and the chopper movement, the true chopper movement. If you were to be on Sunset Boulevard in LA, in Hollywood, on a Saturday night in the mid-70s, you'd better be riding a friggin' chopper, because if you're not, you've got nothing. You need to understand these bikes in their concept, and a lot of times people are just paying tribute to that. Or, like in the case of this, they're not taking themselves seriously. You know, it's almost a joke tribute.
Yeah. So, I mean, the stretch swing arms is something I find interesting because it really makes the bike, it doesn't turn as well, right? So you're decreasing function, and it is a style thing because nobody's worried about wheeling a ruckus, and that Hayabusa is not meant for the drag strip. But it's fascinating that it's something that crosses all the genres, that everybody does it. So this last one is another thing that has crossed into many genres. And again, I want to get Emma's opinion especially, but I believe that I'm going to admit aesthetically it looks cool, but I do know that it does make it not function as well, and that is the extreme wide rear tire.
The fatty. Yeah.
So I think that we're looking at a picture. That center one It's probably maybe a 230.
I'd say that's a 230, and then we've probably got a 260 on the left, and maybe even a 300.
So I put a 200 on my chopper, which is wide. I mean, a 180 is wide on like a sport bike, right?
Right.
So 200, it looks like a fat tire, and but it's still handled as well as it could with a raked front end. And everything.
I run 190s and 200s at the track on a big leader bike. That's not.
But they now make them up to 360. But here again, these are sport bikes. These are, you see, scooters, and also here's a Harley with, I think that's a 300 rear. So
it's a globe.
What do you guys think? Is it cool? Is it not cool? Is this just another case of you've just made a bike unrideable?
Well, it's great for dragsters. I'll give it that, and I think it kind of looks cool, but it is going to hurt your handling.
Right.
I think of all
this thing around a corner. That's all.
And again, you have to put this into perspective. I like that Harley very, very much.
It actually does look good.
It really is cool, and it's actually it's English, which is very, very nice. Yeah.
Of all the mods, I think I like this one the best.
You definitely need to push them around a little bit, and it's got a direct link to how... The thing I like about this Harley, he's got a fairly fat tire on the front as well. So out of everything we've seen, this would probably affect the handling the least. The biggest problem you have with these big fat rear tires on the V-rods and stuff like that, you have a very skinny front tire with a big fat rear tire. So when you crank it over in a corner, you're actually changing the geometry of the bike. The front's going in tight and the back's going, oh, hang on, I'm not ready yet. So the bike is actually crabbing into the corner, and it's like, oh shit, you're upsetting the balance, which is why they feel so weird. On this Harley Davidson, which has maybe got a 300 on the back, he's probably running a 150 or a 160 on the front.
Yeah.
So the turn-in isn't actually going to be that brutal. He's got no ground clearance either. So, I mean, the frame or the exhaust is going to hit before he craps his pants. So I think, it's legit.
Well, I think that is a hydraulic suspension or pneumatic suspension, so I think it lifts up. But because the tire is sitting on the fender sitting on the tire, so that will lift up. However, what do you guys think? Is this you like this one?
Yeah, I like this one.
Yeah.
All right, so
Wild.
That is my presentation of what I thought were the worst trends in motorcycle history that were more than just a one-off thing, right? That it kind of transcended different countries and different genres of two wheels. Is there anything else that I missed that you can think of?
I mean, there's a whole slew of these things. Since motorcycles have been around, and cars for that matter, people have been looking for ways to make them their own. I mean, we really express ourselves through our bikes, and nobody, people like just buying bikes and keeping them stock, but a lot of people, I want to make it mine.
Right.
And so everyone does customizing on bikes, even if it's just changing the grips. Some are great, some not so great, but it's all legit. Well, I regard it exactly the same as I regard body modifications. If you want to do it, go for it. If that's how you want to express yourself, it's fine. It really is. I mean, as humans, we're given this ability to express ourselves in any way we want, and I think it's the greatest thing. If you want to leave yourself as God intended as the day you were born, that's legit. But if you want to tattoo every inch of your body and mutilate your genitalia and dye your eyeballs purple, that's great too.
I think in a different kind of way, the customization I always see is on the adventure world, who put, all these high cost things to make it more dirt capable and never go in the dirt.
Right.
Yeah, that's the entire catalog. Yeah. Particular brand name, very expensive.
I think the latest version is how many sets of Clearwater lights can you get on your GS?
Exactly.
Right? I know. So there it is. I would like to hear from our listeners if there's anything you think that I missed. I specifically did leave out things like painting skulls on them, because those are things that don't really affect the performance and that can easily be painted over. It's not, to me, it's not permanent. Or, the neon lights and stuff like that. That's fun. It's cool. But it's not that big of a commitment or a
right. Chrome also.
Over chroming is something. So what did I miss?
I've seen bikes with stereos that would violate local arms treaties.
I do hate
that.
I do hate that. So send me your pitches on what you think should be included on the list of worst trends of all time to motorcyclesandmisfits@gmail.com.
Yes.
Well, I think we can get to some emails. Bagel, I sent you one to read. Did you get it?
I did. I have an email here from Jordan Zray.
Jordan, bienvenue.
And Jordan writes, "Hey, Misfits. Jordan here from Southern California.
Hey, Jordan.
Weekly listener here, but I have a question for Miss Emma or Bagel. Not sure who's more qualified, but I'm guessing Bagel might have Emma beat on this one.
Oh, God.
Not so sure about that. We'll see." A friend of mine has a 2009 Piaggio Fly 150 that ran when parked about 5 years ago. Before the groans and dismissals begin, I can vouch that this actually did run when parked. I have known this guy most of my life, have ridden on the scooter with him, and it only has like 850 miles on it. He parked it at his brother's house when he moved to Texas from Southern California, but now his brother's wife is demanding it gets out of their garage. So my buddy says,
"That's never happened before."
Says they'll give it to me for $10 with a clean title.
Buy it.
So my question is there anything I should do or look out for trying to get this thing back up and running? Obviously, going to flush and replace all the fluids, clean and rebuild the carb, put a new battery in, and replace the wheel bearings. Pretty locked up from rust as of now. The only thing that gets me nervous is my buddy said his brother called Vespa Piaggio to get a repair quote, and the tech said something along the lines of, "There is so much labor that needs to go into this, you're probably better off buying a new one." Now, this was a Vespa dealer.
And we happen to have one for sale right here.
When this happened, this was a Vespa dealer / repair shop. So maybe he was just trying to push him to buy a new one. I can't imagine repair parts are really that expensive on Vespa / Piaggio, right?
Yeah, but even with shop time, I'm sorry to interrupt, but like Emma, it could easily be $800 when you're doing
more.
Easily with shop fees, exactly.
And they're just totaling it up.
And they're used to people saying no thanks and walking away. So
right. But he says, I'm mechanically inclined, so I can put the labor in myself. But in the worst case scenario, I'm out $10 plus non-op registration charges. I'll take the bet. Bonus question: is there anything I should modify / add to the scooter while I have it pulled apart?
32 mirrors.
And I would stretch the rear end,
and I would cover it in fur.
Exactly.
There you go. And put a really loud stereo system on it.
Yes.
Dun 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 dun.
Also,
gotta
any
add
websites,
some neon.
Any websites you can recommend for parts would be greatly appreciated, as I am not as in tune with the scooter world as I am with the motorcycle world. I'm planning on eventually giving this scooter to my girlfriend to ride on after she gets her motorcycle endorsement, so we can go on rides together. And he says, I'm on an 08 SV650. She doesn't think she's ready for a motorcycle, so I figure this is a good gateway vehicle to get her on, to get her on bigger two-wheeled vehicles. I already got her loving my Super 73. Thanks, everyone. Jordan. So a couple of things that I would say is definitely, well, you're probably going to, you might be best off just replacing the fuel tap, because and Emma, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think these would have a vacuum operated fuel tap like the ET4s, right?
Yeah. I'm trying to remember. 09 flight. Yeah, it is carbureted.
Yeah, it's carbureted. It's an 09, you said? Yeah, 09.
So the good news is, first off, what is a Fly? Well, a Fly is basically a simplified scooter. It's not the classic scooter. It's kind of like an entry level. It looks like a scooter. It's gonna have a plastic fuel tank, which is great because it's not going to have rotted out.
Plastic bodywork.
Classic bodywork. So
plastic.
Yes. Jourdain, your shopping list will be a new petcock, new fuel line, a carburetor rebuild kit, and a battery. Don't buy anything else right now because you want to hear that puppy run.
Tires?
Not yet. You want to hear it run. So put the petcock on it, rebuild the carburetor, put the fuel line on it, make sure you get your vacuum lines right, hear the engine running. At 800 miles, it shouldn't be that much, but you always want to make sure you dot the I's and cross the T's. Once you've done that, then you can
cover it in fur.
Then you can move on to bigger and better things. Sound advice, Bagel?
Yeah, I think that's a good place to start for sure. It's probably going to need to have the transmission gone through because the belt's probably shot at this point. It's
and rollers and belts.
Yeah, belt and rollers. Just do the whole shebang. Yep, and then once, like I said, once it's running, do the tires as well. I think what else. No,
I mean you're going to spend some money on it, but the thing is, it's going to be well worth it. But proceed in baby steps. Step 1 is get it running. Now, truthfully, you could get it running with just a remote fuel source and a rebuilt carburetor, but the petcock's going to be so cheap for it. You might as well just buy a new petcock with a rebuild kit for the carb and actually get it running through its own fuel tank.
And did you say carburetor rebuild kit?
Yeah, or you can have a go.
If you're taking it off, you might as well.
Well, while you're in there, I mean, they're a pain in the bloody arse.
Yeah, but it's worth it even just for the gaskets and stuff.
Because you might need gaskets and seals
once
things.
Once you crack it open, you want to replace it.
You might as well just
exactly,
do the whole thing.
But do that before you buy tires, before you buy wheel bearings, before you buy any lime green fur or a stretch swing arm. You want to hear that engine run. So get it running. Spend as little as possible on it to get it running, and then move forward with your project. Then,
would you? Hold on.
Go ahead, Liza.
Would you recommend removing the carburetor and taking that to shop? If you're going to do one thing, have a mechanic spend time on.
Oh no, do it yourself.
Because I've discovered there are ports that you may not discover that could be blocked. It's not just replacing jets. There's a lot of ports in there.
The big
you go through all the ports and you just
but a lot of people don't know where they all are.
The big gotcha with the Fly carburetor is it's got a little Mikuni carburetor on it, and there's a couple of things that you can mess up. The spring that actually returns the slide, it's very, very easy to display. So make sure the spring goes in straight. And secondly, you absolutely have to make sure that the diaphragm sits correctly in a groove in the top of the carburetor. If you don't, it won't rev up. So when you rebuild the carburetor on the bench, get a pencil, stick it in the slide, and make sure you can move the slide up and down with a pencil. That means you've got your spring right. But you got to make sure that that diaphragm sits correctly in the groove. If you want to just put a tiny bit of grease to help it, if it pops out of that groove, it'll idle great, and when you rev it up, it'll fall on its face. It's a couple of little gotchas with a Fly.
All right, there you go.
Yeah.
All right.
Cool. And a few other points I wanted to answer in his email. Places to go for parts, scooterwest.com, which may have been the shop you talked to down in Southern California, but they have a great selection of parts when you need them. And then AF1 Racing is also a great place to go to for parts. And as far as modifications go, I wouldn't really recommend doing any modifications while you're getting the bike running. I would say get the bike running, try it out, see how you like it. If you like the bike, but you feel like you want just a little bit more, there is a Molosi 166 kit that you can bolt onto it. That will give you a nice boost of torque and a little bit of more top end. You might also need to put some lighter rollers in the variator as well at the same time to give it the oomph it needs. But that's another possibility that you can go for down the road if you want a little bit more out of that motor.
All right, thanks. Craig, you got a quick one there?
Yes, I do. We have one from Peter Cox.
Hey, Peter.
Hey, Peter.
Ho, 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 Misfits, and Happy New Year.
Who are you calling a hoe?
Liza.
Liza.
You.
Me.
Liza.
Yes.
Turned up Ian Drysdale's two-wheel drive, two-wheel steering build on the last episode. Drysdale is an Alan Milliard-style engineer without the funding and scale to build as many bike variants as Milliard. Drysdale also had a day job in engineering that took most of his time.
So there it is. When engineers build a motorcycle. Yes, that makes sense.
Drysdale's other big build was a V8 that combined two FZR 400 4-cylinder blocks. The resulting 750cc V8 was a really interesting engineering project. He later built a 1000cc V8 in a limited run using FZR 600 components for the top of the engine. You can see his story here at motorcycle.com. Drysdale's work has been interesting, but I don't think anyone can compete with Milliard for variety and volume of crazy builds.
Yeah, if you don't follow Alan Milliard on Facebook and see all of his crazy builds, it's amazing.
Drysdale seems to be involved in a company pitching electric delivery trikes to Australia Post for household deliveries. Mm-hmm. Australia Post has used the Honda CT110 for decades as their postie bike. We talked about that previously. But the massive volumes of packages and probably safety concerns has them switching to trikes. Boo.
Wow.
Which I can't see being anywhere as popular in the secondary market as the CT110 has been. Cheers, Peter and Sydney.
Thanks, Peter.
Hey,
thanks, Peter.
You have a great Australian accent, by the way.
Good eye, mate.
Good job. All right, Kat, you got one there?
Yeah, this one's actually really interesting. And Bagel, I need you to pull up on your computer any picture of a concept scooter called
I'll forward it to
Erica.
Yes, I've seen the photo.
Okay, all right. Well, if you would be, but in any case, all right. So this is from Ken Byrne, and Ken Byrne will be joining us on the Dolomites ride this year.
Oh, fantastic!
And I've already gone through my secure socket layer, and I can actually show Emma a picture of Ken. There he is. All right, he will be on the tour.
Look, there he is.
Yeah,
oh, he's a commissioner.
No, that's the commissioner of the state.
All right, finish the email.
All right. So,
Commissioner Ken Byrne.
Ken Byrne sent us something interesting. Here's one for Bagel. This image has been floating around my social media the last few days. It's apparently a Vespa concept called an Erica. I'm not a scooter guy, but I love anything different and stylish. I think it's sexy. What do you guys think? Good idea? Bad idea? So I'm going to show this to everyone. I actually really think it's cool. I'd be a little bit concerned about the weight on the front end, but in terms of a different looking scooter, wow, that's a different looking scooter.
The old Ford tractors?
Yeah, it looks like a tractor.
Right.
It looks like an old Ford tractor.
Yeah, it looks like a 60s era view of the
I've always wanted one. They're so cool looking.
Absolutely stunning and incredible is what I would say.
Yeah,
everything
so
right
different
about the human mind and design and taking things. It's an incredible concept, I would say. Nothing bad about it at all.
Beautiful bike. I would expect to see something like that in a museum exhibit. It's well done. Yeah, thank you for sharing.
Yeah, that's cool.
And it looks like it'd be a very practical place to put the weight, above the front wheel so that it's not, just behind you and unwieldy. But this is a complete fantasy creation that somebody came up with that's been floating around Pinterest.
How does it handle?
Was it actually built or is that just digital?
Emma?
No, this is just digital. Nothing. This is not official.
Oh,
Vespa,
that's
anything.
a digital image.
This is just somebody's fantasy they came up with that kind of looks like a scooter, but with a tractor nose on the front.
The best part about it is the brown leather seat. Looks so nice on there, doesn't it, Emma?
Brown seat.
With a single spring underneath, yes.
Well, I mean, I was going to say a brown seat does have its advantages because it doesn't show up when you shit yourself.
Okay. All right. We got time for one more. John, you got a short one there?
Yeah, I do.
Johnny.
This is from Peter W.
We have a lot of Peters on the show.
Yes. Hi, Liza. Here in southern Wisconsin.
Wait.
Here we go.
Hi, Liza.
It says hi, Liza.
Well, that's not really very nice. Peter, there are others of us you know.
Come on, Peter.
Yeah, now come along now.
Here in southern Wisconsin, the Rokon is a tool.
He's trying. He's going for it. Awesome.
We use one to groom our single-track mountain bike trails, don't you know? It's perfect for the job. The GB500, I've never seen one. Rare opportunity to tell Emma she's all wrong. It's a beauty, and now I'm scrounging for one to restore.
You betcha.
Thank you all for your continued service. You betcha.
He's like from a 40s movie. Yeah, see?
Okay, see?
Don't you know there? Yeah. So I tell you, yeah, see?
Okay, see? It's me and the boy, see? This how it's going to be.
Yeah, thanks for sharing. Rokon, let's put that on our list.
Love the Rokon.
Of things to get. A Rokon.
I need to try one.
I thought you were going to put that on the list of bad ideas.
Yeah, exactly. List of bad ideas. Well,
but it's a tool.
There it is. 2 hours has gone by.
Well, I think we should thank everyone for listening, making it thus far.
Making it thus far.
The two of you that are still listening.
You can go to motorcyclesandmisfits.com. I've updated the calendar with the exception of the UK trip because we don't have the details yet. But you can find links to all the stuff there. And the rally, the Misfits rally at Hollister. I need to get that link. But as soon as I get
Breaking no in with the Misfits.
No, we're not calling it that.
I think we should.
Okay.
Dance off,
but hopefully people will come and join us. We always get people who come and say hi at the one show and Vintage Days. So just helping people plan. But yeah, the fact that your trips are filling up so fast, the Dolomites trip. So we want to make sure people know
I was
going to
say the big confusion with that was people didn't realize there were two separate trips.
Yeah.
So there are two trips. Sign up for the correct trip. If you sign up for the incorrect trip, you still have a great time, so don't worry.
Or you could go to both, really. They're running
back to back.
Yeah. And I think that's it. Thank you to all of our listeners, and especially to our Patreon subscribers.
They're wonderful.
We had some new ones today, so thank you very much.
They are wunderbar.
And we're using it. We didn't say anything, but we have a couple cameras. I'm playing around, experimenting, and trying to share more of what we do with people. So
you can see John's new glasses.
Right.
They are superb.
And my heated vest I got for Christmas.
You got a heated vest too? Do you have it switched on now?
No, I don't.
Very good.
I'm very hot right now.
Okay.
Are you done?
So she said.
I think so.
Okay. So yeah, I think that's it. Thank you everybody for sticking with us.
Yeah.
We're entering 2023 like
gangbusters.
Gangbusters. Yep. We're doing even more this year.
Yes. We're coming in hot.
Yes. Especially John with his battery operating event. All right, time to get out of here. Thanks everyone. This is Liza.
Stumpy John.
Emma darling.
Cat.
Craig.
Bagel.
And we are out of here.
Cool.